Oh, Cuba.
Say it to the mic.
Okay, so why do you feel like
March.
that subservience is like how you are respected? Why does a woman have to be subservient for you to be respected?
Firstly, I don't feel like I know. That's the first thing. Second thing,
why do you know?
I know. I'll tell you why I know. Because it's completely natural for a female when she respects a man and trusts a man to act in a subservient manner. If a woman truly loves a man and she respects him and trusts him, even down to the fact of where you eat dinner, you want him to choose. There's no such thing as a woman truly respecting a man and loving a man and wanting to be in charge of him. That's not real. When you see a woman who's trying to be in charge of her man, she's lost respect for him. She may feel that he hasn't got his life in order, or needs controlling, or needs mothering, etc., etc. If a chick gets with me and she realizes all the amazing things I've done by myself, all my accolades, all my achievements, everything I've done completely by myself, she's not going to be sitting there trying to tell me how to live my life. Why would she? She's not qualified. Women say all the time, I want a man who's dominant, in charge, who leads, who I could trust, who's going to guide us, etc., etc. That's what women are looking for, and that's based on respect. You're not going to listen to a man you don't respect. So, of course, showing respect is an act of subservience. It's the exact same thing. They're the exact same thing. The same reason you respect the people on the ship, respect the captain by being subservient. We show respect to the captain. The captain is in charge of the ship, and we obey our commands, and that's how the ship functions. If the captain said X, Y, Z, and everybody on board said, well, I don't know if I should listen, then you're going to lose. The whole ship's not going to function. Subservience in and of itself is an act of respect. That's what it is. I will only listen to somebody I respect. I won't listen to anybody else. If my kickboxing coach told him what to do, I respected him. I would listen to him, right? So you're trying to separate something. They're literally the same thing. Subservience and respect are linked.
Okay, and I agree with that. So you're saying that men could be subservient to women too?
I'm saying that a man can be subservient to a woman, but I'm saying that that's not a healthy way for a relationship to function.
And why is that?
Oh, man. All right. I feel like I've said this stuff before. I don't know if anyone's watching Fresh and Fit and they're tired of it.
It's a new panel of girls, so.
I want to add something too.
Sure.
I don't know if it's just in my culture, but like my family, especially like the women run our family. Like my mom runs this family and we respect everybody and their opinion.
Are you Cuban?
Where are you from?
Yes, I'm Cuban.
That's why.
Exactly.
No, but I'm not saying women.
All right, but can I finish?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
No, sure. No, finish. No problem.
That the women and everybody respects their opinion. We take everybody's opinion into account. It's just my mom was the first one to come here in this country, so everybody respects her and her opinion because she knows the most about how to, like go along in this country and do things right.
I didn't say women can't have an opinion. I didn't.
No,
say that.
and I didn't say that either. But like you're saying that men are the first ones to have the opinion and run shit. But that's not true. Women can run shit too and still have the respect for men.
I'm saying that in the happiest relationships on the planet, the man is in charge. I'm saying that
that's false.
That's not false. I'm saying in most situations where a woman is in charge of her man, sooner or later she's going to leave his ass because she gets tired of him. I'm saying that
my parents are both happily together, and my
an
mom
exception does not disprove the rule. Even if what you're saying is true, it's an exception, and an exception does not disprove the rule. The rule is as follows: the happiest relationships on earth are with a man who is in charge.
Who makes the rule?
The rule is made by biology. That's who makes the rule. The rule is made by biological triggers.
And biology is a theory.
No, biology is not a theory.
Yes, it is. It is a theory. You cannot tell me it's not a theory.
We have evolved in a very particular manner. And we've evolved in a manner in which women needed men for physical protection. And because you needed men for physical protection, I know you know karate, blah, blah, blah. But most of the women out here evolved needing men for physical protection. And they afforded that. They were given that by being subservient to said man. They'd come along and they needed a man to protect them, or they needed a tribe to protect them, and they'd obey that man. You can't go up to a man and say, I'm not going to obey you. I'm your boss. Fucking protect me. That's not real, right? This is all biology. This is all evolutionary. This is the way that humans have evolved across hundreds of thousands of years. You're sitting here saying things because it's just new think. It's not real. All the things you're saying are just garbage. Your parents, as fantastic as they may be as individuals, are not the rule for the broader section of society.
And I agree with that too, but biology, you can't say that biology is not a theory.
Biology is a fact.
Yeah.
If you do not drink water, you will die.
Okay, but y'all don't understand.
If you don't eat food for a period of time, you will die.
It's called science.
That is biology.
Right, but everything in
Science.
science is just a theory. Nothing is 100% correct. Nothing is 100% proven.
Why do you think men have been in charge of society?
And
always?
I understand that because that's what we have studied from biology.
I'm asking, why do you think men have always been in charge of societies on average?
And because we've studied biology, and the male species has been dominant over the female.
Why?
And I understand that.
Why?
Because biologically, as I said before, that they are stronger and whatever. Like,
so biology's real now.
No, yeah, I never said that biology was incorrect, but it's also a theory. Nothing's 100% correct, and things can change over time.
Anyway, the point I'm trying to make here is that but I literally don't know how to compete with what you're saying because it doesn't make enough sense for me to compete with.
All right.
The point I'm trying to make here is that on average, for a relationship to be happy, and I think most of the women on this panel would agree with me, the man has to be dominant and to some degree in charge. The woman gets to feel looked after and cared for and protected. That is the normal relationship. There's no such thing as 50-50 in life. There always has to be some degree of dominance. And in most experiences, maybe your parents are different, wherever the woman achieves dominance, the woman loses respect for the man and the relationship falls apart thereafter. That's the truth.
I'll make this simple for
I don't
her.
agree with that, but that's fine.
Okay, well, hold on.
That's fine.
I will just say this. You don't have to agree with it, but it's the truth. The fact is this. Since the beginning of time, men have led, women have followed. There's not one single matriarchy that has stood the test of time. They've been wiped out by men all this time. The only reason women are able to be in a position that they're in, to say things like this that are ridiculous and ludicrous, to be honest with you, are because men allowed you to do so. The reality is, men have privileges and accesses and everything else like that because men allowed it, which is great. I'm not here for saying, oh, don't give them rights. I'm not saying that. But for us to sit here and say, oh, a woman can lead. No, they cannot. As a matter of fact, if I took 100 women, 95 of them are going to say, I want my man to be the leader. They're not going to want to assume that leadership. And as a matter of fact, if you put a woman in a leadership role, 9 out of 10 times, she's going to be repulsed by that man because he can't do his only duty, which is to what? Lead, provide, and protect. That's a man's job. Okay? Now, you might have an exception to the rule. Your mom might be dominant. Your dad is a little bit more submissive. The family works. Excellent. But that structure is not going to work for most situations. That's effectively taking a round peg, putting it into a square hole, and hoping it works. Again, I'm not saying women can't do what men can do. You guys can absolutely do it, but you can't do it at the same level we do. If you were the ruler of a country, you had 20,000 men and 20,000 women, and you had to choose who you were going to send to war, and the livelihood of your country was dependent upon this war, who would you send?
Obviously the men.
Okay.
And I've already agreed to the fact that men are stronger than women.
Okay, because that's a biological fact. Physically, it's a biological fact. They are stronger.
Yes.
Okay, that's indisputable. We have more bone density. We're stronger than you guys. We're taller than you guys.
I agree.
We have more testosterone. Indisputable.
Completely agree.
Biology is not a theory. It's a fact. Scientific fact. Okay?
Science is a theory just like religion, just like any other belief.
Okay. Anyway, continuing on in reality. So that you would pick the men. Your theory is women can do what men can do. I agree. They can. But they can't do it at the same level and at the same consistency and, more importantly, at the same level of competence. The men that you send in to fight are going to win that war and have a higher probability of winning. The women, they can go in and fight, but there's a higher likelihood of failure.
Yeah, that's true.
And
sorry. So that is why that's what he's trying to explain is that men naturally are leaders, women are naturally followers. Your parents' relationship is an exception to the rule, but that does not make the rule.
I agree with that.